America did not begin with a throne. It began with a break from one. For centuries, nations were ruled from the top down. Kings, crowns, and state churches, authority claimed by divine right, power flowing downward from the crown. But America declared something different. The people were the nation, and that nation stood under God. This was the revolutionary ideal at the heart of the founding. Not that government was supreme, not that rulers spoke for God, but that rights came from the Creator and belonged to the people. The Declaration of Independence made it clear. Men are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. That means government does not create liberty. It does not grant justice. It does not define truth. Liberty is established by the people through the Constitution to secure the rights they already possess. This is the American order: God, the people as the nation, and constitutional government. This ideal didn't disappear after independence. It shaped how Americans understood their survival. Leaders like George Washington spoke frequently of providence, an unseen hand guiding the nation's founding. Early Americans believed freedom required more than laws. It required humility, because if liberty comes from God, then a nation must answer to Him. During the War of 1812, Francis Scott Key watched the bombardment of Fort McHenry. Out of that moment came the Star-Spangled Banner. Most only know the first verse, but in the final stanza, Key wrote, "And this be our motto: in God is our trust." Even then, America was expressing something deeper than victory. Not just independence, but dependence, a nation preserved, and a people acknowledging why. Then came the Civil War. At Gettysburg in 1863, Abraham Lincoln gave words that would shape the nation's identity. This nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom. Lincoln wasn't just speaking politically, he was defining the nation morally. America was not ultimate, it stood under judgment, and its freedom, if it was to endure, had to be grounded in something higher than itself. Over time, this language became part of American life. During the Civil War, "In God We Trust" began appearing on U.S. coins. In 1954, during another moment of global tension, Congress added 2 words to the Pledge of Allegiance: under God. It was not meant to create a national religion, and it did not erase religious freedom. It was a statement of identity, that the nation is not the highest authority, and that the state is not absolute, and that liberty depends on a moral order beyond politics. Soon after, in 1956, "In God We Trust" became the official national motto. Not a new ideal, but a national reaffirmation. So, what does one nation under God actually mean? It means the government is not supreme, the people are not the source of ultimate truth, and freedom is not self-created. It means rights come from God, government is limited, and both the nation and its leaders are accountable to a higher law, because every nation will live under something: power, politics, ideology, or God. This phrase is familiar, but it was never meant to be casual. One nation under God. Not that America is perfect, but that it is accountable. May 17th, 2026 has become a special day in the history of our nation, with a presidential proclamation to gathering on the National Mall for a day of prayer, praise, and thanksgiving, to bring together churches, communities, and citizens with a simple purpose: to remember, to give thanks, and to seek God for the future of the nation. This moment is part of a broader movement surrounding America's 250th anniversary, a call not just to celebrate history, but to reflect on the principles that shaped it, including the belief that this nation, from its beginning, stood not as ultimate, but under God. This is part of the story of America's 250 years.
Like, follow, and subscribe to the National Character Association on YouTube, and watch our many historical videos about the causes of the American Revolution, the principles, the values behind the freedoms that we enjoy today.